Sarah has spelled out her terms and conditions to the captain of her jail, and we're going to read the letter in today's video. Hello Sofa Squad and welcome back to the sofa. My name's Paul and we're going to be covering the Sarah, the Boone, the case today. Okay, we are going back down the Sarah Boone case rabbit hole again today. This is probably going to be quite common for a while. She is the gift that keeps giving. Today specifically what we're going to be doing is reading her letter that she recently wrote to the captain of the jail, and we're just going to go through it. It's about 8 pages long. I'll make commentary throughout. If you're unfamiliar with this case, Sarah Boone is currently awaiting trial. It is coming up very quickly, but she's been awaiting trial in county jail for almost 5 years, I believe. She has allegedly taken the life of her former lover, boyfriend George, by somehow getting him in a suitcase and leaving him in there until he succumbed to asphyxiation. So she claims she didn't do it. She forgot that she recorded the crime on video, and she has gone through 8 lawyers and she has basically chased them all off, and the judge has made her go pro se now, which means she is being forced to represent herself by her own doing, by her own actions. So that's a very quick 60-second overview if you're not familiar with this case. Now what we will be doing, like I said, is reading these letters. I'll put them up on the screen. We'll go ahead and begin. Okay, so here at the top, you see it's August 7th, 2024. See it's to the captain, Orange County Corrections. And then here we go. So she says, thank you for your timely cooperation and assistance in my receiving my laptop yesterday, 8/6/24, and 2 Discovery USB drives supplied by my investigator. I am attempting to fully maximize my opportunities available from OCCD to thrive in my forced position as court-appointed pro se defendant and the success of my case. I want to excel in my time out. Remember how she's like, I excel at everything. She wants to continue, okay? She could, if she'll probably, she'll get out of prison eventually after this, right? She might want to pursue stand-up. The one-liners write themselves, right? I can't help it. Okay, she wants to excel in my present circumstances by attempting my best, and have been since day 1 of my incarceration, ongoing 5 years ago. As you can imagine, I do not want to be here any longer, ever. With the hopeful, effortless cooperation and attentive care from yourself and OCCD, I believe I can achieve more efficiently, effectively, equally, so I am able to plan my overdue exit in the very near future. Now, I don't know if she means to prison. I don't know what she's talking about. I have been instructed to contact you directly for the listed questions and concerns to hopefully remedy or provide further insight to for completion of, so there is a universal understanding to enable me to produce greater, faster results and work product in my case in defense. Thank you in advance and profusely. Number 1, laptop times. Extend from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. I am willing and need to vigorously work on my defense as often as possible. I do not think I should be restricted to daytime use only. After 4 p.m. I do not have access to the laptop, which equals 0 work product and progress. The building of my defense is halted for 16 hours until the next morning. Request: extend times to use by 2.5 hours in the evening. Number 2, USB drive security. As stated in court to the judge, I do not feel comfortable in handing over the entire contents of my case to the miscellaneous officer in the dorm for the day. All of my information is highly confidential, and I am trying to avoid further leaks on top of the already recorded jail phone calls, visitation, names, and details, my inmate interaction, meals consumed, etc. A concerning example today, I returned the laptop and USB drives together yesterday. I received back the laptop, which is not charged at all for instant use, and the USB drives separated with the protocol security paperwork removed I needed, and then both bags resealed. Another example, I went to pick up everything in the morning, and the officer removed both USB drives from the bags before giving them to me. Who is in control of the laptop and my 2 USB drives when I return at the end of each day? Where do they go? How are they secured? Why are the contents being removed? Opened? As said, I do not feel secure in this process if there is one. And it is vital to me that OCCD handles with priority, safety, security, and care when asking any officer anything pertaining to the laptop and drives. They do not know and become agitated with me trying to ask and figure anything out. Now, pause, time out further right there. I will give her this. I would be PO'd if I got the laptop back and it was not charged and I had to wait on that 100%. I get that, right? The other part to that, I mean, I see where she's coming from this, right? If they're acting like, oh yeah, well here's just this random stuff and the custody seal's been broken or whatever, I too would be like, who's going through this? I mean, that is highly like, sensitive information there. So 100% get it. Request, allow me to keep only the 2 USB drives at my bunk after returning the laptop to keep in my secured locked drawer each day. Hopeful evening. 100% I would not do that if I was her. 100% I would not do that. I get where she's coming from on that, but I think that will end up blowing up in her face and she might want to do that to delay the trial. But again, the jail needs to be way more on it with that if what she's saying is true. Classroom. This room is unoccupied for the majority of each day and an available, close, undisrupted solution for me to achieve privacy for reviewing and listening to my confidential case documents. The classroom is also in direct, continuous, effortless view of the officers at all times. Request, permit me access to utilize a table in the classroom to view and listen to my discovery on the laptop when not occupied and is in direct view of all the officers. Number 4, earphones, headphones. As said, my discovery contains a large amount of audio to be listened to. If you will not permit me to access the classroom, I will need listening abilities with earphones or headphones over the ever-increasing noise level of the dorm. These are also a must when the dorm is on lockdown and quiet so no one is able to hear. Request, provide any kind of earphones or headphones. Okay, now first of all, I'll say this, and maybe it's a specific thing, but I thought that they had, like, you could get those or something already. But number 2, again, I get what she's saying. If you're just having to listen to this out loud, sure, you don't want people hearing this, right? There is some very cumbersome things. Granted, it is her fault that she's having to do this, so I don't feel sorry for her, but the things she's bringing up, I'm like, yeah, this would be tricky. If there's a classroom within the unit, I get that 100%, that she would want to use that and spread out and all that kind of stuff, so I get where she's coming from. Okay, internet with limited access and restrictions. Now, let's see what she has to say about this. This one I'm a little bit like, I need to research heavily my defense, all of it. Locate witnesses, any experts, the clerk's website, correspond with the judge, my defense team, anyone affiliated or maybe with my case. Forward motions, other important documents, everything I need to educate myself on about being pro se, etc. Please understand I cannot complete any of the above mentioned without internet. The basic laptop provided is only for viewing my USB drives. There is no other access. Request, grant me access to the internet with appropriate parental controls and limited access with restrictions. That's tricky because 100% she would be all over YouTube and these people like me following her case, right? She's so obsessed with the media that I can guarantee you people would start hearing from her. 100%. She would need somebody babysitting her there, standing next to her, and then she would complain about that because they can see her case information. Please hold. It's time to drink it from the cup. Go to the last drop. Okay, let's keep going. Word program. To type any motions, make notes list. At first, I thought it said memes. I thought it said memes. Because you know how she'd be like, frustrated cat emoji. I thought she said memes. It says memos. Anything I need to document and record for future reference or sharing with potential team members. I need to be able to open and create a document, save work product information, attach text or PDF documents created to email if granted, print needed documents or discovery pages for mailing, sharing, presenting, or distributing. Request, permit access to Word program to use fully, properly, and progressively. I mean, I can kind of see that. She just wants she wants access to a full computer, right? I don't know how the jail operates, what they do, how they do it, how tricky that is. She's been doing good writing stuff down. I mean, I'm not sure why that's an issue. I get it's a pain in the butt, but because then she's going to need a printer. You know what I'm saying? Then she's going to need the internet. So there's like all this stuff that's going to keep going with it. Okay, telephone access. As you are aware, my dorm contains pay phones only and are limited to only 15 minutes per call, which are collect. I need to be able to communicate on a regular, normal phone to make any all necessary cause for my case to use. I have no other way to contact anyone that is not collect, which incredibly diminishes most, if not all, of my opportunities to properly prepare. Request, permit me to access a regular normal phone to communicate reasonably with the parties in my case and any new futuristically to be affiliated with. Is that a word? Is futuristically a word? She uses that a lot. The phone thing, Ted Bundy kind of ruined that for you. Ted Bundy ruined a lot of this for Sarah. Okay. I'm sure there's other inmates or people that have defended themselves that have done, something like Ted, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. Like, he really worked everybody and lulled them into a sense of complacency and then, jumped out the window and ran, right? I mean, he planned everything. He got all these tools and then planned his escape. I mean, it's giving Ted Bundy, Sarah, okay? I'm sorry if that's not if it's not intentional, but that's where we're coming at, okay? So I'm just saying, Ted Bundy kind of ruined it for you. Discovery hard copies. As I am presently, I can keep these in my permitted property bag discreetly located at my bunk. I will purge the document I have now and keep only my discovery hard copies. The remaining I can send to property department and will purge anything already being stored for easy convenience and extra space. Also, when the laptop hours are closed, I'm able to pick up uninterrupted with these hard copies at any time. Any communication review with the digital can also be archived. She said achieved, but I'm assuming whatever. Okay, request. Permit my hard copy discovery to be received and kept unnoticed at my bunk for readily available viewing and unrestricted access to. Okay, so pause right there. I 100% get why she wants the hard copies. And as we've seen in court already, the court and the state are like, we don't have an issue with you having the hard copies. We want you to have a fair trial. They make that very clear, abundantly clear throughout all this. That's the jail's issue, right? So from the jail perspective, and again, I don't know how their jail's laid out. I don't know what their program, how they do stuff there. You know what I'm saying? What she's saying, like, let's put it in property. I don't see why that would be an issue either. This is how I would see it going. Her talking about all this right here, talking about my little property bag, my little Gucci bag that I have and all this kind of stuff. No. Okay, I would foresee it like this almost. And again, this might be how they did it with Ted Bundy, and this is where I'm coming up with this with, but I don't know. Let's say they shut her down with the computer at 4 o'clock. We're making these times up. They do their dinner, whatever it is they need to do, shift change, whatever. And then they say, look, Sarah, at the beginning of the next shift or the end of the whatever, however it works out for their ease or whatever, we're going to bring the two things up to you, or one at a time. We're going to bring one to you and you work through that, and then it all goes back in there and goes back to property. You're not keeping the papers and changing them out and doing this and that. There's no need, right? Because she'll just take it to court with her, I would imagine. Now, if she does need something, she might be able to say, look, I need to keep these few papers, but her one to have, because she's going to make it tricky, right? To me, it's like, no, just sit here and prepare your stuff that way in there and then bring those with you to court, like when you're in trial. And then everything's right there. They come, they collect it, they go away with it. If staples are removed, whatever they have to do safety-wise, whatever, I don't know. But, I mean, I could just see it playing out that way. Let's keep going. Because, Captain, everyone's understanding and invaluable time is greatly appreciated in their assistance and aiding me to utilize my capabilities and opportunities here at OCCD. I'm diligently working on what I can with what I have, laptop to USB drives, and am severely hindered in real progress without my request, especially needing to access the internet and a normal functioning telephone. Becoming pro se defendant was not my choice. I am already trying to overcome extreme circumstances just in my life of incarceration, and now in addition being forced by the court to represent and defend myself in my criminal case. Extreme has progressed to extraordinary. Please understand my attempts are always in good faith, where I am simply trying to complete these tasks needed to surpass my difficulties and achieve overdue success. And finally, I cannot do it without you and the assistance of the Orange County Corrections Department. I thank you, everyone, for your patience and await your response for needed collaboration and conclusion of my request. Please, in criminal case. That doesn't make sense to me. I have notified the judge also with a copy of this letter, so he is aware I'm in the process of trying to receive these must-haves, and that I need further guidance and answers from you first. From there, I can create all instances or something that may be necessary for access and completion. This is important, Captain, and sensitive, as my pro se trial date is on October 7th, 2024. As of this letter, I have only 59 days for the completion of my defense. Prior, please, my defense, something I don't know. Please understand the importance of your timely attention and response. As said, I cannot do this without you and the help of OCCD. I'm beyond grateful. Please notify me as soon as possible, please, about any motions I need to file for a request to be granted. Thank you immeasurably, Sarah Boone, pro se indigent defendant in Maine. I gotta love that. She's really landing on thick with that one. I also spoke to Sergeant Casey in the courtroom requesting your time, please, at your earliest opportunity to convey the importance of my request to hopefully be completed. Oh, exhausting, right? Again, I'll say this, and I'm going to say this in the video. It's going to take a minute to come out, but if you watch the live chat that we did of her latest hearing over the shackles and stuff like that, she's way better than what I was expecting. I mean, the arguments that she's presenting and stuff, and again, I'm not trying to defend her actions or her annoying or anything like that, but yeah, I'm going to give some credit due where credit's due. And again, also, I'm not a lawyer, right? But I was just like, she's going toe to toe with this stuff and picking this stuff apart the way you would want your defense attorney to do. So I was like, okay, girl, go on. She ate, as the kids say. She ate, left no crumbs, whatever these kids say these days. And just like with this, some of the things she's asking for, I'm like, look, I get it. It doesn't hurt to ask. And again, with her behavior, she has learned if you keep going back over and over and over and over, you will get what you want eventually. We're seeing it happen in the case. Yeah, I talk about this when we talk about her, Dale Works, people like this. They get what they want because they're used to wearing people down. It's a tactic, and this is what they do. And she'll get what she wants in a lot of this because she just keeps revisiting it and asking in 500 different ways, and people just finally are like, here you go. Just go away. You know, they know how to, people like this know how to make it work. So anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think. I do appreciate you watching. And please drop some little sofas off in the comment section for myself and whoosh, Roscoe and Spirit to hang out and talk about this case and all the others we talk about. And until we meander our way down there, I'll see y'all soon. I just wanted to say thank you again for watching the whole video, and also thank you for being part of the Sofa Squad. Special thanks to all the Patreon members, channel members from both of my channels, everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, comments in the comment sections. It helps the channel out so much. Now, don't forget, I do have that other channel, the podcast channel. That's where we go live, we hang out, we talk. We have kind of sort of a schedule, but just be sure and check it out. I'll put it up here on the screen. Also, if you're looking for merch, be sure to check out my Teespring store. I'll put that up here. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to follow me and Roscoe on the Instagram, go on, check it out. It's right here on the screen again. But once again, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being part of the Sofa Squad, and I'll see you in the next video.